In the dark heart of the Navajo Nation, there is a word that is not spoken, a figure that is not discussed, especially not with outsiders. This is not simple folklore. It is a deep cultural taboo, because to speak of them is to invite their attention. We are talking about the Yee Naaldlooshii. The name, when translated, means by means of it, it goes on all fours. You call them Skinwalkers. The tradition of Navajo witchcraft is one of profound darkness. A skinwalker is not a random spirit. It is a human witch who has committed the ultimate act of evil, the ritual killing of a family member, typically a sibling. This act, this unforgivable murder, is what grants them their power, the ability to shed their human skin and inhabit the form of any animal they choose, though they prefer predators like wolves and coyotes. The Navajo people refuse to discuss them, not out of superstition, but out of absolute certainty. It is a protective measure. When you speak their name, when you seek them out, when you dwell on their existence, you are sending out an invitation, and they will answer it. The legend is ancient, but the modern terror has a specific address: Skinwalker Ranch in northeastern Utah. In the 1990s, the Gorman family purchased the property. Their time there was not a quiet life on the range. It was a non-stop barrage of unexplained, terrifying phenomena. They witnessed cattle mutilations that defied all conventional explanation, precise surgical removals of organs with no trace of blood or footprints in the snow, impossible wounds. Then, the creature itself. The family reported a large, wolf-like animal attacking their cattle. The father of the family fired a rifle at it repeatedly from point-blank range. The creature didn't flinch. The bullets had no effect. It was bulletproof. Another time, a shadowy, indistinct creature was seen peering through their window, a being that seemed to be observing them with a sinister, inhuman intelligence. After 18 months of this escalating horror, the Gorman family fled the ranch, abandoning everything. The property was later purchased by Bigelow Aerospace for the explicit purpose of paranormal research, a project that confirmed something deeply strange, highly intelligent, and predatory calls that land home. For centuries, there have been accounts from within the Navajo Nation that paint a chilling, consistent picture. Many come from Navajo police officers, professionals who have risked their careers to anonymously share their terrifying encounters. They speak of creatures that match pace with a car on a highway, running easily alongside them at 60 miles per hour or more, their forms a blur in the darkness. They have witnessed the shape-shifting itself, a glimpse of something mid-transformation, an animal shape dissolving into a human one, or vice versa, in a sickening, impossible distortion. Common animal behavior reported includes wolves or coyotes walking upright on their hind legs, an unnatural, unsettling intelligence in their eyes. They are masters of psychological warfare, often mimicking the voices of family members, a desperate mother, a crying child, to lure victims out of the safety of their homes. When livestock is attacked, it's not always for food. The mutilations follow ritualistic patterns. And the physical evidence? Tracks that begin as human footprints, that then, across a few paces, gradually morph into the prints of a coyote or a wolf before vanishing entirely. The land itself testifies to the transformation. What are the rules of engagement with a skinwalker? They possess an array of horrifying powers. First, the obvious, shape-shifting. They can take the form of any animal, though they prefer predators to enhance their innate superhuman strength and speed. They gain these abilities by literally wearing the animal pelts or skins of their prey. But their greatest weapon is psychological. They use mind manipulation and telepathy. They don't just mimic a voice. They reach directly into your mind, knowing exactly what to say to create the maximum confusion, desperation, or fear. They can curse a victim from a great distance. They are resistant to conventional weapons. As the Gorman family discovered, bullets are useless against them. And the most crucial rule for survival: do not look them in the eyes. If you lock eyes with a skinwalker, they gain a direct connection to you. They can possess you, or worse, lay a lifelong curse upon you. They are not solitary monsters. They travel in packs, covens of witches, making them a coordinated, intelligent, and relentlessly malevolent threat. The terror hasn't stopped. In recent years, the Skinwalker phenomenon has spilled over from the reservation borders and onto the Arizona highways, with multiple civilian witnesses and even military personnel on Navajo Nation land reporting bizarre sightings. The internet has amplified the dread. TikTok videos claiming to show proof of skinwalkers have gone viral between 2020 and 2023, and Reddit accounts from reservation border towns are flooded with fresh, unnerving encounters. The common elements are always the same. Tapping on windows at night, a subtle, unsettling request for attention. Voices calling from the darkness, the familiar voice of a loved one calling your name, demanding you come out. The most chilling confirmation often comes in the comment section of these online posts, where genuine Navajo Nation residents simply write 2 words: delete this. They know the danger of giving the creature attention. Let's end with a documented incident from 2021. A family was camping near Monument Valley, far from any major roads. In the dead of night, they were woken by a familiar sound, their father's voice. It was calling from the blackness outside their tent. But their father was sitting right next to them, awake and silent, paralyzed by fear inside the tent. The voice kept calling, not just once, but over and over, getting more desperate, then more angry. Then the scratching began. Heavy, deliberate claws dragging against the tent fabric, circling them. The family had a lantern on inside. When they looked at the shadow on the tent wall from the lantern's light, they could see the outline of the attacker. It was not human-shaped. The arms had too many joints. The body was a grotesque, unnatural mess of angles. They survived by staying perfectly silent, refusing to acknowledge the calls, refusing to move, until dawn broke. When they emerged, the creature was gone, but the evidence was all around them. Tracks circled their tent 27 times. Human footprints that halfway around the perimeter gradually morphed into the unmistakable prints of a large coyote. The Navajo Nation doesn't discuss skinwalkers with outsiders for a reason, and that reason is far more terrifying than folklore. They know something we dismiss. Attention is invitation. Speaking about them, thinking about them, obsessing over them, it draws their focus, and once they've focused on you, it is already too late. Western science is quick to dismiss skinwalkers as simple legend, but ask yourself, why would an entire rational nation of people, including educated professionals, law enforcement, and medical personnel, maintain a belief so consistent, so deep, and so terrifying across generations if there wasn't some truth to it? The Navajo have survived in harsh desert conditions for thousands of years by understanding their environment. They know where the dangers lie. Maybe for our own sake, we should listen to the few warnings they are willing to give. If you are ever alone in the dark and you hear your name called by a voice you recognize, do not answer it. Do not acknowledge it. And if you see an animal behaving strangely, too intelligent, too aware, too deliberate, do not, under any circumstances, look it in the eyes. Next video, we explore a legend that has been reported across every Spanish-speaking country for 500 years. La Llorona, the weeping woman who drowns children. And unlike skinwalkers, she actively seeks out her victims. You're not safe with us. Subscribe for more tales of terror and things that go bump in the night.